and I make sure to get my hands nice and wet underneath her before actually grabbing her, because amphibians, their skin is very sensitive. You never want to grab their skin when your hands are real dry. Just touching them with your dry hands is actually really bad for them. Those oils off of your fingers are no good, and also you don't want to dry out their delicate skin. Look here. Every time people come in here, these are really the only non-venomous snakes besides the puffing snakes that I can let people handle. And it's really cool for people to come into a snake house full of venomous reptiles. They're not able to handle any of this stuff, but the one snake that they are allowed to handle is the green anaconda. And he's been growing nice and big. Look how beautiful he is with his new colors. Look at this snake. Now, no nibbles, okay? Be a good anaconda. As you guys know, the yellow anacondas can be a bit nippy. Ow! Mamma mia! Oh! I didn't see you there. Y'all want to see my frog? What? You want directions out of here? No. Why don't you come and see my frog? Come on. He's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. Come here, look at this. This is my African pixie frog. Take a look. I'm going to actually reach right under her. This is all moss in her enclosure to keep it nice and moist. This is an African pixie frog we've shown on the channel probably just once. This animal was a gift from a good buddy of mine I grew up with. And what had happened was he had this frog along with a couple reptiles, and he lived all the way up in Gainesville, and he was going to college. But what happened was he had to move back home, and his girlfriend didn't want him to move back with his reptiles. And instead of getting rid of his girlfriend, he got rid of the reptiles. He donated them to me so they could have a nice good home. So this is a beautiful African pixie frog, or an African bullfrog, and this is the second largest frog species on the planet. This is a female, so she's not going to get nearly as big as a male, but the males have been known to get upwards to 2 pounds. Think about that, 2 pounds, a 2-pound frog. That is a huge frog. If you guys ever go to like reptile expos throughout the US, or maybe even actually throughout the world, you'll notice sometimes at these shows they have monster frogs, monster African pixie frogs for sale. And they're big males, like around that size. So potentially they can actually get just over 2 pounds, which is pretty incredible. So this is an African pixie frog, and I still haven't thought of a name for her. So you guys really need to think of a name, help me out. You know, she's just such a sweet girl, and you know what they say, if you kiss a frog, it will turn into a prince. And this is a girl, so hopefully she'll turn into a princess. Did I mention that this frog has fixed fangs on its jaw? Fixed fangs that are like this, shooting up, helping capture prey. So I don't need to meet a princess. I'm fine. I got Ziggy. She's my daughter. I'm raising her up. I'm good being a single dad. But you're just a little cutie. Look at that face. Isn't that cool? And I make sure to get my hands nice and wet underneath her before actually grabbing her, because amphibians, their skin is very sensitive. You never want to grab their skin when your hands are real dry, because the oils in your hand and just being able to just touching them with your dry hands is actually really bad for them. Those oils off of your fingers are no good, and also you don't want to dry out their delicate skin. Look here with her back feet, making herself nice and comfortable with my hands. That's the cutest part about her. She gets herself in a nice comfy spot, and then she's good to go. If you guys have ever watched nature documentaries growing up, you may have seen a nature documentary where there's actually a big male African bullfrog, pixie frog. It's in Africa, in Sub-Sahara, and it's getting real dry outside, and this creek full of its tadpoles that help produce with a female were actually getting dried up in a puddle. And what this frog did was dig up a new moat, a new channel from that drying puddle into a bigger pond, and he actually saved all of his young, saving all these little tadpoles. It's a famous clip. You guys should definitely check it out. Pixie frog, or African bullfrog, saving its young out in the wild. It's a famous clip, and it just shows how awesome they are as parents. Isn't that right? It's so cute. Do you want the kiss? Still a frog. Okay. All right, we're gonna. Mamma mia! She peed on me a little bit. I made her a little nervous. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put you back now. Here you go, right there. She had 2 rat pups earlier, so she's got a nice meal inside her belly right now. What's really interesting is since they get so big, kind of like a Pac-Man frog, these guys will literally eat anything that fits inside their mouth. Snakes, lizards, rodents, even their own species. They can be cannibalistic. So make sure if you ever have these frogs, you don't house them together unless you're mating them and they're the right sizes to be introduced to each other, or else you're going to end up losing one of your frogs. Anyways, would you guys like to see some anacondas? Let me hear the kids out there. Do you kids want to see some yellow anacondas? Come on, let me hear it. Oh, the big one or the small one? The smaller one's less bitey. The big one. Why are you kids bloodthirsty? Where are your parents? Okay, we're gonna start with the small one. I don't like the attitude of this crowd. What kindergarten class is this? Anyways, we're gonna be taking out Mick, the yellow anaconda. Let me just open this up real quick. You can actually see he's hiding right underneath that new shed, and that is making me really happy to see, because if you look at this shed, it's basically one whole shed. So he's got just the right amount of humidity in here for him to grow properly. Look at this. We got the head, we got everything right here. Whoa! Look how long that shed is! Look at this! Now, of course, when snakes shed their skin, that shed skin stretches a bit longer than the snake itself, but still, look how long this shed skin is from the tip of the tail all the way to the head, and it's not even completely stretched out. And I am just under 6 foot. I'm 5'11". Why couldn't you just give me one more inch? God, why? Anyways, so this skin I'm actually going to keep aside because I know you guys love to get full skins and post them up in your rooms and whatnot. It might not be a black mamba, but if you guys are a big fan of the channel, you'll know that this yellow anaconda has been in my life for a very long time. Mick, the yellow anaconda. Let's get a good look at him. I'll show you guys why I call him Mick. Let me see. How you doing, Mick? Let's see how he is today. I haven't handled him probably a couple weeks or so, just for cleaning. He's been growing nice and big. Look how beautiful he is with his new colors. He is looking gorgeous. Look at this snake. Now, no nibbles, okay? Be a good anaconda. As you guys know, the yellow anacondas can be a bit nippy. Ow! Mamma mia! Good thing I had my Chandler's wildlife jacket on to protect my chest. Thank you, Kevin. Don't bite me, please. I love you so much. So, this yellow anaconda I've had since, I want to say 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago. Maybe because of Corona going on 3. Oh no. Mamma mia pizzeria. Here we go. Don't bite my neck. I don't need any piercings. Oh boy. He's going into my mullet. So he saw I was being all business in the front, and he wanted to go to the party in the back. Sorry, I had to get him off of my face. I don't need him biting me in the eyeball. Anyways, so Mick the yellow anaconda, he's doing real good. And of course we call him Mick because of that beautiful little pattern right there that looks like Mickey Mouse. We love him. He's such a beautiful animal. And one thing that I got to throw out there, here in the state of Florida, not in other states at least, here in the state of Florida, these snakes are banned. You can't have them as pets anymore. They actually completely ban them from the pet trade and from zoological settings. I just don't want to get bit on the neck late at night. I don't want to become a vampire. Please, don't do it. Mick, I love you. He just wants the party in the back. That's it. That's all he wants. I hope he doesn't bite that big vein that pops out of my neck. I might die. No, I'm kidding. Mick, where are you doing? Where are you at? Huh, buddy? Huh? Okay, good snake. Keep doing what you're doing. Out of all 3 yellow anacondas that I have, if I'm going to handle any of them like this, it's going to be Mick. Because Mick I had for roughly around 2 to 3 years. I got him from the Everglades alligator farm when I used to do shows down there. So he's been a good yellow anaconda, right? Where is he at right now? Let's get him off of my neck and somewhere more comfortable. I love this snake so much. Alright, I'm going to put him back inside his enclosure. Oh, I didn't finish what I was saying. I'm sorry, guys. The yellow anacondas are banned here in Florida because the state felt that they would be a potential threat to the ecosystem. Making them banned wasn't the best idea in my opinion. You should be able to have a permit for them if you are a facility and whatnot. But as of this moment, they're banned completely. So if you had them before the ban, you had to get a grandfather permit. If you didn't get the grandfather permit, you had to give your animals up to the state. And they will be, oh, Mick, please don't bite daddy. Please don't bite daddy. Anyways, yellow anacondas are banned here in the state of Florida. But of course, if you live in other states that don't have laws pertaining to this, you can still have them as pets. Are they good pets? Not the best pet, because if you guys don't want to deal with a big constrictor, if you're not experienced with big snappy constrictors, yellow anacondas can still get nearly as big as other big large constrictors. These guys, females, can actually get upwards to 14 feet long. That's a pretty big snake, big enough to eat your cat, big enough to eat a small dog, big enough to really hurt you if it bit you. So definitely, if you guys don't have experience, don't get these guys as pets. Get something smaller and work your way up to something like a boa constrictor that might be a little more placid. So Mick, the yellow anaconda, I thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update. We're going to put him right back in his enclosure. I'm sure once he sees the enclosure, he'll start crawling right in. Right, Mick? Look at him, he's so cute. Go ahead, Mick. Be free, Mick! You beautiful boy! Beautiful boy. See, that wasn't too bad. He struck once at my chest. And my Chandler's Wildlife jacket. See? Good thing. Alright, let's close this enclosure. And let's lock it and secure it. Because just like I said, gotta make sure everything's nice and secure. These animals are banned, so I have a grandfather permit and I do get inspections by Florida Fish and Wildlife to make sure everything is secure and safe.
We want to see the big ones.
Sorry, what was
big
that?
Ones.
Excuse me,
Big ones.
you wanted to see the big one?
Yeah.
I thought you guys forgot about that. She's soaking in her water dish. I'm gonna leave her be right now. You know, she's busy. We don't need to do that. I don't even know where the keys are at. Anyways, you guys want to go to the snake house? Let's go check out the snake house. Alright guys, let's take a break from the snappy snakes and bring out some really laid back ones. So these are my green anacondas, the heaviest snake on the planet, and they're doing fantastic. These are my two little females that I've had for over a year now, and they love to eat chicks, frozen thawed chicks. And honestly, if I left more than one frozen thawed chick for them, they eat them all. These guys are little pigs, or these little ladies are little pigs. Isn't that right? Look at their cute little faces. You gotta love green anacondas. Their patterns are beautiful. They not be as vibrant and popping as yellow anaconda, but honestly, green anacondas are just a classic. When you look at them, beautiful oranges going right past their eyes, black saddling, yellow spots going all the way down. Just beautiful. Anyways, look at this one. This female is actually going through shed, and you can see she's slightly opaque in the eyes. Her skin pigment is slightly opaque. Her belly has a bluish hue. So she'll be going through shed, which is really good. They keep growing and growing and growing. And I can't wait for these guys to be nice and big. Still, super laid back snakes, and I use them for educational ambassadors every time people come in here. These are really the only non-venomous snakes besides the puffing snakes that I can let people handle. And it's really cool for people to come into a snake house full of venomous reptiles. They're not able to handle any of this stuff, but the one snake that they are allowed to handle is the green anaconda, and they don't bite at all. What a cool experience for people. So definitely, if you guys are ever in Homestead, Florida or in South Florida, come and check out the Everglades Outpost. If I'm around, I'll walk you through the snake house, but if I'm not around, you can still check it out. Beautiful snakes to see. Check it all out. Look at us. Look at all the bioactive setups we've been working on over the past couple months. The eyelash vipers are thriving. The flat-nosed pit vipers are thriving. Look at these eyelash vipers. They're actually hunting right now. They have their heads pointed down because I put anoles in here, and these anoles crawl up and down the sticks. So notice how these guys are pointing their heads right down the sticks. Notice how this eyelash viper, right there, that Christmas phase is actually hanging out only around the mossy parts of this branch, because this snake knows its best bet of camouflage is to be on that moss. Snakes are smart. Even though they don't talk too much, they definitely have smart ways of hunting. Isn't that right? You guys are pretty smart? Well, you know not to bite me? You're pretty sweet. Oh, it's so cute. Oh. All right, beautiful people, I'm going to end this episode here. Check us out on Teespring. Get your own Chandler's Wildlife merch. Definitely check us out on Patreon for exclusive content that we don't show here on the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and don't forget to love your anacondas. Oh my God. Don't do that. All right, beautiful people, stay gangster. Oh. Do you want the kiss?